Hi there, this is Nicola and welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about a case story, helping to write the life story of Grandma Bonnie, 99. Now, stay tuned, I've got a gift for viewers today. If you're new to the channel, this is where we learn to write life stories for family and friends so that unique memories can live on. Love for you to subscribe and like this video. Now, it was Mother's Day here on Sunday and I went to visit my grandmother Bonnie on the weekend, and she was born 99 years ago on Mother's Day. So it was a really special visit for us, for myself, my husband and kids. Now, I brought along with me as a gift for her was the finished manuscript, manuscript for her of her story that we've been working over a few years. Now, today I'm going to talk about how we got to this point, what challenges we've had and what we're going to do next. So the first thing I should bring up is this is a part two of a bit of a series I've had going here. I did the video this time, or an article this time last year saying where I was up to. And basically this time last year I transcribed and organised all the interview material that I'd done between my grandmother and I. So I was up to about the 1940s, weaving this into stories, to chapters and to sections. So most of last year, the bulk of my time was spent going through, chronologically working through these stories and polishing them up. So 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, all the way to now. So it was there's a lot of living there to summarise or to put into words. So it did take me a good while. And I had challenges. I mean, I was sick a few times. My kids were sick a few times. We moved house again a couple of times. And there was work stuff, personal stuff happening in between all of this. But I kept turning up to my desk, kept going on the laptop a couple of times a week, and finally got to that, yes, it's done. Like, I'm reached the end of this stage. I just was so excited to finish, because that was a lot of words and a lot of time. But in the meantime, while I had been doing this, chipping away at the story, polishing it up, my grandmother had been helping me with the editing. So basically what we would do, or what I would do, is print off, say, 25 pages of whatever I'd been just finished working on. Maybe it was a section or a chapter. And then I'd post it in the mail, snail mail, to her, and she would go through it, read it, cross out anything she didn't want, change any inaccuracies. I had some questions in the margin, she'd answer those if she could, and then she'd send it back to me in the mail. And she was incredibly quick. She'd have this back to me probably with, a good week. So I would then update the Word document and move on, and we progressively worked through until we had this final manuscript, which I think is about 45,000 words at this point. It's A5 paper that is about 250 pages, but basically 10 chapters in chronological order. So that was great achievement, getting to that point. So around the new year, I then thought, right, I've got this pretty ordinary looking Word document. I'm going to put that in to a professionally designed book template. Now, I got a Word one, I bought one, downloaded it, and then cut and paste all the chapters into this new document, and it brought it up in different, specific fonts. It looks beautiful. So then I did the front matter, which is contents and all that kind of thing, and I also wrote an introduction. So that was that point. And I thought, I'm a print editor. I do this layout and design papers every day, pretty much daily papers. I should be good with this, but I did have challenges when it came to doing the insert picture spread. Now, maybe this is just a technical thing for me. I'm used to using one software package at work and then trying to replicate that in Word. Things I knew I wanted to do, but I couldn't quite figure out where it was or how to find that to get it done in Word. But that was a bit of a learning curve for me, but I did get through it. It took me much longer than I thought it would to lay out these pictures, but they look really great now, so I'm glad I persevered. So we're at the point now where we just need to finalise a cover, cover image and wording and that kind of thing, and find a printer. So it's been a really amazing experience to get to this point. I freely admit, like, I'm totally transparent here. Sometimes I did think, like, 99 years is a lot of stories. That's a lot of living. I didn't know if I was going to get through it. It's taken time and dedication. But you know what? When I went to visit her on the weekend and she saw the manuscript, she gave me a big hug and she had tears in her eyes and she said, I can't thank you enough. You know, how do I thank you? She's just so relieved and happy that all her stories are now in this document. And that is just so rewarding. So that's my little story for today. It's how to write a grandma story in sort of basic steps. And I hope it has inspired you and given you a bit of extra oomph to get on with your life story project. Now, the whole article on this video is on my website, foreveryoungautobiographies.com. So check that out if you want extra detail. And that free gift I have for you today, it's about getting started on doing this sort of process like I'm doing with my grandmother. For you, how to get started. I've done a whole system on this. It's called the Your Family Stories System. And I've got the first few sections for free. So I'll leave the link down below. You just sign up and get cracking. I walk you through the process from initiating the idea with your loved one all the way through to publishing. So it's really, really handy to have this sort of blueprint to hold as you go along. So make sure you get the link. If you're already started, let us know in the comments who you're thinking of doing this for, or you've started. Let us know how you're going with your project so we can all help out. And if you'd like to, give this a thumbs up, this video, if you got some value out of it, whether it was informative, entertaining, something value, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll be back again next week, so subscribe, hit that logo so you know when the next video comes out. And until then, thanks for watching and happy writing.